Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Saturday, February 27th. We're going to be talking some NBA DFS picks today on both FanDuel and Draft Kings. But before we get started, we're going to review yesterday's picks, kind of talk about how they turned out and why they turned out the way that they did. So on the DraftKings side, we had Kemba Walker, $6,200. He ended up with about 48.25 points, so that was definitely a hit there, big hit there. So if you played him, you were very happy. Tyrese Halliburton, $6,600. He did not end up playing with it. He was kind of a pop-up on the injury report that we didn't see coming, so he was a miss there. Harrison Barnes, he is a massive hit, $5,500. You're only looking for about 27, 28 points out of him. He got 48.5, so big hit there. If you played him and Kemba Walker together, you were doing pretty well. Power forward, we had Gordon Hayward, $6,700. Looking for about 34 points out of him. He ended up with 26.5, so that was definitely a miss. Then at center position, originally I had Kevon Looney, $3,000, looking for about 15 fantasy points out of him. He got to 14.75, so that was about a push. Not really a hit, not really a miss. And then I kind of said, look at Bismack Biyombo since Cody Zeller was going to be out. But Bismack didn't end up starting, so he was kind of a miss, only played about 12 minutes, I do believe. On the FanDuel side, did very well over there. LaMelo Ball, $7,600. You were looking for 38 fantasy points. He got 39.4, so he was a hit. Lou Dort, $4,400. Looking for about 22 fantasy points out of him. He got to 27.6, so he was a hit. The one miss on the FanDuel side, it was Doug McDermott. $4,400. Looking for about 22 fantasy points out of him. He ended up with 11.1, so he was a miss. No Dougie McBuckets last night. Then at the power forward position, we had Royce O'Neal. $4,600, looking for 23 fantasy points out of him. He got to 24.8, so he was definitely a hit. And then at that center position, I thought Clint Capella was going to have a big night, and he did. $8,200, we were looking for 41 fantasy points out of him. He got 56.2, so that was a massive hit as well over there. So pretty good night overall on the FanDuel side. But with that being said, we're going to get moved over to the injuries for today's slate. So for the Cavaliers, they're pretty much the same as they've been. Taurean Prince is still out once again. I believe he's dealing with a personal issue. Then on the 76ers side, Tobias Harris is out today. It'll be real interesting to see who starts at that power forward position. They do have Mike Scott penciled in right now. Don't think he'll play too big of minutes. You could see a little bit more maybe of Matisse Thybulle in this game, or maybe Corkman Forkas, and just kind of play a smaller lineup overall. Then for the Timberwolves, the new one is going to be that Malik Beasley is out now. He's actually dealing with a suspension for some, I believe, legal troubles. So he's not going to be around for, I believe, the next 12 games. So it's definitely going to give a boost up to guys like Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, probably even Jared Culver coming off the bench. They do have Josh Okogie starting. I think Culver plays more minutes in this game. Definitely somebody that we're going to talk about later. Then for the Washington Wizards, we got Ish Smith still out. Davis Bertans game time decision. He did miss the last time out with some knee soreness. Then the Pacers are exactly the same as they were the last time out. And the Knicks pretty much in the same position as they were in 2 days ago as well. Elfrid Payton not looking like he's going to play. Jazz are exactly the same, just Udoka Azubuike out. The Magic do have James Ennis out now, as well as Cole Anthony and Aaron Gordon. So you could see a little bit of a boost in minutes for Dwayne Bacon. The Pelicans are all the way healthy. The Spurs are pretty much the same as they were the last time out. DeMar DeRozan is a game time decision. LaMarcus Aldridge is also a game time decision. So just make sure you're watching out for those guys. As always, I'll do an update down in the comments for the news as it comes out throughout the day. Then for the Nuggets, pretty much the same as they've been. PJ Dozier is a game time decision now. I still don't think he plays, so no major changes here. For Oklahoma City, they get Al Horford back, but otherwise they're exactly the same as they were yesterday. And then for the Mavericks, we're just looking at Kristaps Porzingis. Will he play? Will he not play? Does he want to trade out? Who knows? And then for the Brooklyn Nets, they have Jeff Green as a game time decision, and Kevin Durant is supposedly out through the All-Star break now. So just see if Jeff Green plays or not. He's been dealing with kind of a shoulder injury. I don't think it's really a messed up shoulder, more so like a bruised or sore shoulder. And that's pretty much all we have for injuries today. So we're going to get moved over to the DraftKings side, talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off with the point guard position. Once again, we got Derrick Rose, $5,300. You're looking for about 26, 27 points out of him. I think he gets you close to 30 in this game. You know, they're going against the Pacers, not the best team in the world for defense. Should be a matchup that he takes advantage of if he plays 28 minutes once again. definitely should be a good game for him. Then at the shooting guard position, we got Dwayne Bacon. $3,600. You're looking for only 18 fantasy points out of him. He's averaging 17 on the season. He's going to get some more minutes with James Ennis out once again. And just a pretty solid play overall. Even if they get blown out by Utah, he's probably still playing in garbage time, honestly. Then at the small forward position, we got Jarrett Culver. The flat minimum, $3,000. You're only looking for 15 fantasy points out of him. I believe the last time they played was the first game that he was back. Still played pretty decent minutes in that game coming off the bench. Goes against the Washington Wizards. Pace up spot there. There's no Malik Beasley, so he's going to play some bigger minutes for the next few games. Flat minimum price tag, can't beat it there. Then at power forward, I know we talked about him yesterday, but Royce O'Neal. $4,700. You're looking for 23, 24 fantasy points out of him. Averaging 23 on the season. Goes against a pretty poor Orlando team. They are a team that plays smaller at that 4 position, so it should benefit him as well. Then last but not least, we got our center, Joel Embiid. $10,300. Looking for 52 fantasy points out of him. No Tobias Harris tonight. Should see a couple more shots go his way. And definitely a matchup that he can take advantage of going against Jared Allen and that Cleveland front court. But with that being said, these are my 5 picks for DraftKings for today. If you go with these 5 guys, you'll have $23,100 left over, $7,700 per player. So you can definitely pay up for probably 2 guys and then find a value play as they come out during the day. And with that being said, we're going to get switched over to the FanDuel side now, talk about my picks over there as well. So at the point guard position, we got Darius Garland. $5,700. We're looking for, about 28, 29 fantasy points out of him. He's averaging 28 on the season. Still playing big minutes. And I think he's a guy that gets over 30 pretty easily today. And for his price tag, as long as it's not going up, we're just going to keep on playing him. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you know that I've been playing Darius Garland a lot lately. Then at that shooting guard position, we played him yesterday, Lou Dort. He was $4,400 yesterday. He's $4,200 today, so his price actually went down. You're only looking for 21 fantasy points out of him. That's what he's averaging on the season. Playing some extra minutes, with Hamidou Diallo out. Then at that small forward position, we have Brandon Ingram. $7,700, you're looking for about 38, 39 fantasy points out of him. Averaging 39 on the season. He's been playing very, very big minutes in recent games. Goes against San Antonio. Should be a pretty favorable matchup for him, especially if DeMar DeRozan doesn't play in this game. If DeRozan plays, hurts him maybe a little bit, but DeRozan's still not the greatest defender in the world either. Then at power forward position, we're going to go cheap. We got Maxi Kleber, and he's $3,800, only looking for 19 fantasy points out of him, averaging about 18 on the season. Playing decent minutes, going against Brooklyn. Should be a pretty solid matchup overall. If Kristaps Porzingis doesn't play again, I like Maxi Kleber a lot today. Then last but not least, we have our center position. We're going to go with Karl Anthony Towns. $9,700. You're really looking for 48, 49 fantasy points out of him, averaging about 47 on the season. Goes against the Wizards front court. That should be a very advantageous matchup for him. Pace up spot. Been playing pretty well lately. It's a guy that I like a lot today if you're not playing Joel Embiid already. I like both those guys quite a bit. That's why I gave you Karl Anthony Towns on one site and Joel Embiid on the other site. But if you go with these 5 players on FanDuel, you'll have $28,900 left over. Just over $7,200 per player. So definitely a lot of room to mix and match throughout the day. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, February 27th. As always, I'll be listing all the news and starting lineups as they come out throughout the day down in the comments section. If you want to stay up to date on all that news, be sure you're following up on this video throughout the day. And with that being said, if you guys have any questions at all regarding NBA DFS, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Definitely here to help you guys out the best that I can. If you guys are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. It definitely helps build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports. That's really one for you, the viewers, helping you guys with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you guys with your fantasy football, talking all the football news this offseason. And then as we move closer into baseball season, going to be talking some fantasy baseball and baseball news as well. But with that being said, if you are a new or current subscriber who's yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. And with that being said, doing daily NBA DFS videos. And later today, that NFC North and NFC West bowl predictions recap video will be coming out probably after I upload this video as well. I just finished recording it last night. Was going to try to get out yesterday. Just didn't quite get all the way there, but it's definitely going to be out today. But that's pretty much all I got for today's video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. Hopefully you guys do very well in the NBA DFS tonight. If you guys have any questions at all, once again, please do not hesitate to ask me. Definitely here to help you guys out. And with that being said, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me. And I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.